which eventually took us back into the interior and south. We are in Sanafi, which is about 25 kilometres from the Ethiopian border, and this is as far as we can go. All around us we can see the devastation that Eritreans experienced. We have to be very careful as we speak because there's a lot of people watching us here. There's a lot of soldiers around the place. Ethiopia is an important Western ally in the Horn of Africa. Due to the current crisis in Somalia, this is an especially troubled part of the world. Eritreans all share an absolute belief that if Ethiopia were to reinvade, just as before, they would be ignored, as a well-placed official and government supporter told us.
Do you really think Ethiopia is about to invade you?
They could come anytime. We have paid a price, we have paid. I myself have paid my own father, and I don't want it to happen again to me because my children will lose their own father.
And so all of Eritrea's money and energy is devoted to the military, whose feats are celebrated every night on TV. Meanwhile, people queue for food and beg on the streets. It all keeps coming back to that emphasis on security.
If your presence is invisible, or if your presence, if your existence in the world is under question mark, how do you think about having food in the supermarket?
We met many people who loved their country and wanted change, but this cannot be stated aloud. Thousands of people, including the President's former comrades and political colleagues, have disappeared for trying to do so. You are not an Eritrean if you critique Eritrea. You are a member of the elite and your motives aren't pure.
You consider yourself as an elite, you want to gain more land, more property, more house, luxurious property, which you have appropriated to the previous government. All that you have is to defend the population, the government.
It may not be an option for Eritrean people to question their government, but while we are in Eritrea, Hillary Clinton decided to do so. She declared that the US will take action unless Eritrea stops supporting terrorism in Somalia. In a carefully choreographed interview, President Afwerki succinctly refuted the charge.
There is no terrorism in Somalia. There is a legitimate resistance of the Somali people against local warlords and against external intervention. If that is terrorism, then let it be.
In their way, Clinton's remarks will come as a help to the regime, further fueling that sense of persecution and victimhood that can be used to justify everything. As we prepare to smuggle our tapes out of the country, we meet with a former child soldier. She now questions the sacrifices she has made.
The main thing is our life is not changed. So this is the conflict. It's always continuing the bad life.
She now lives on about $30 a month and shares a toilet with 20 families. Like so many others, she is desperate to leave and will soon risk everything to do so.
And if we begin a better life, I want to live in London until I did.
The regime at the moment is very firmly entrenched, but tens of thousands of people are leaving every month. So Eritrea is, progressively weakened by the exodus of its population. It's got serious exchange rate problems. It's got, a spreading famine. So no regime can continue an illegitimate grip on power indefinitely.
The Eritrean government say they are just defending themselves. The irony is that they may be left with nothing to defend.